Ladies and gentlemen, traditionally it has been believed that the Indian political sun does not rise in the East. Over 70 years, politics of this country has largely been decided either by the Hindi heartland or on the rare occasion by states like Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Will 2019 change the geography of Indian politics? Will the East effectively decide whether the BJP under Narendra Modi gets a majority once again or whether we will have an alternative government? That's the big question. The saffron tide, will the East of India really stem it? Joining us on the Conclave India Today East 2018, please welcome Hemanta Biswa Sarma, the BJP's man for all seasons, from the state of Assam, minister, and many call him now the Chanakya of the East. And of course, once a prominent congressman himself. Next to him is someone who is a congressman, Randeep Surjewala, spokesperson, chief spokesperson of the Congress party. It's a leader from Haryana, a potential chief minister, many say, of that state in the future. Also joining us is someone who in every photograph of Mamata Banerjee over a decade and more has always been by her side. Please welcome Dr. Kakoli, Ghosh, Dastidar, Member of Parliament from Bengal. And Dr. Fuad Halim from the CPIM, the party that we insist cannot be left out when you're talking about the politics of the East. So thank you all very much for joining us. Let's start with you, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, because the reason I said that this time the sun could rise in the East is simply because the BJP needs to win big in the East to make up potential losses it may face in the north and west of the country. Out of 98 seats between the 8 states of the northeast, Bengal and Odisha, you had just 11 in 2014. This is your potential area to expand. How many seats will you get in 2019 from Bengal, Odisha and the 8 states of the northeast?
Rajdeep, first of all, I am just for being correct that I like to say that there is no scope of losing any seat in west or north. That is my own calculation. But as long as northeast goes, there is 25 seats in northeast today, and BJP is going to win 19 seats out of northeast. That's confirmed.
BJP will win 19 seats, that's confirmed.
That's confirmed.
You've already got the EVMs organized.
That's not a question of...
no, when you say you've got 19 seats confirmed.
Because, you know, Rajdeep, I think people like you, me, we don't talk in EVM style of things. We go by political calculation and political assessment. So if make it a ballot, and then we might go to 20 also, because then people will be more comfortable in voting. But as of now, what I am trying to say, northeast there is 25 seats. We are going to win 19.
So today you have 8 seats in the northeast.
Yes.
You will go up to 19. That's an addition of 11.
Yeah, that's sure.
Okay, so you've got a double-digit addition there.
Yeah, that is sure.
Okay, let's then look at the Congress party. The fact is, the Congress party, Mr. Randeep Surjewala, had only 44 seats across the country. And you were decimated in most parts of the country, but you actually did a little better in the northeast than you did in other parts of the country. This time, it's Hemanta Biswa Sarma who's saying he'll get 19 out of 25.
No, I'll not get. People will give us 19.
People will give us. People will give you all 19 out of 25. You have actually lost power, Randeep Surjewala, in 7 of the 8 states of the northeast. And he's determined, he says, in December this year to wipe you out of the northeast. He talks of a Congress Mukt northeast. You don't talk about a Congress Mukt Bharat, your other leaders talk about it. Do you concede that the Congress is on the back foot in the east of the country?
Well, let me say 3 things, Rajdeep. A, I don't think so East India per se is insulated from what is happening in rest of the country. After all, if oil prices are hitting the north or the east or the west, then east is equally affected. If corruption is an issue in the central part of India, then it is as much of an issue for anybody in Bengal or Assam or Tripura or Odisha. So I think to that extent, one cannot say that you have to pick up and look at East India in a separate way. What's happening in the rest of the country will also be reflected in this part of India. Having said that, I am not going to predict, like my friend does, that I am going to get this exact slice, whether based on EVMs or otherwise. All that I'm trying to point out, if the kind of majority that Hemanto Bhai is trying to garner, like he did in Arunachal, or in Manipur, or in Nagaland, or in Meghalaya, where we have one MLA of BJP, yet you have a BJP government. And the party, that is the Congress party, which has the largest number of legislators, is sitting out. So I don't know whether you are speaking about the majority given by people of Northeast, or majority manufactured in the back rooms of BJP. I don't think so it is going to get reflected in Parliament at all. I think that about 2 years of Assam government, of which Hemanto ji is a very important part, people are already disillusioned with the kind of divide and walking on all sides that the BJP has done.
Give me a number. Give me a number. You're not the premier opposition party at the moment in Odisha. You are relegated to effectively battling for third place in West Bengal. You have only one government left in the Northeast. Give me a number. 98 seats on offer. How many are you looking at?
Well, let me straight away say, yes, in Odisha we continue to be the principal challenger. Some people consider us weak because we've lost there in the state elections. But compared to the BJP, which has been in alliance with BJD for 11 years and now no longer is, we are the principal opposition. Bengal, yes, we have definitely weakened. But in rest of the Northeast, it is the Congress party which is the biggest challenger. And it is the Congress which people of Assam are saying is now on its way back resurrecting.
Okay, I'll come to my other guests in a moment, but since you made a specific charge, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, the charge he made is you are manufacturing majorities. You are a master in the politics of Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed, which has been the politics in a way of small states of the Northeast. You have taken it to another level.
No, Rajdeep, what happened? A system has become actually defaming Northeast has become a part of the culture of some political leader. So Nagaland, who has manufactured majority? BJP and NDFP has got huge majority. So Tripura, who has manufactured majority? Now in Assam,
Meghalaya, Manipur.
No, Meghalaya, who has manufactured? BJP is a small partner there. NPP got more seats than Congress. MPP, there is a clear alliance between three parties. So if Congress does an alliance, then it is pure and like gold. And BJP does the same, then it is manufactured. So don't defame people of Northeast that Northeast mein jo ho raha hai, sab galati ho raha hai. That's wrong, first of all. And I'd like to say that let Randeep bhai and me go to Northeast campaign together. Let us do everything transparently, and even then I will come back with 19 seats. Let us remain locked in single room, same room, enter election in all the 2 months. Result will be same. Nobody has to manufacture. People will vote for Modi in any way in the Northeast, and that is clear.
Basically, you learnt this art of politics when you were in the Congress. Now you've learnt it as a member of the BJP. You have in a sense shown the Congress what is possible once you leave the Congress.
No, it is not like that, because you see that in Northeast, people have seen for the first time there is a huge development. People of Northeast has never expected that Jiribam Imphal highway will be ever a reality. People of Northeast has never thought that Sikkim airport will be ever be a reality. So let us travel Northeast when my confidence is not based on any electoral allowance.
Right.
But you go and see interior Northeast, how highways are taking shape, how people have seen railway after 60 years, people of Tripura have seen broad gauge. So these are reality. And you can't counter reality by all these optics in politics.
Very quickly, Randeep Singh Surjewala, he's offering to take you in the same room with him across the Northeast. Do you regret that you lost out on Hemanta Biswa Sarma? He was your face till a few years ago. Do you want to embrace him once again? Say, please come back, ghar wapsi kar do.
Well,
we need a face for the Northeast. Hemanta da, come back to us.
Well, I have no hesitation in saying this on this show here. Whenever you lose any member of the family, whatever may be the circumstances, no one should be happy about it. Losing even one single Karyakarta, and Hemanta Da has been a very important part of the Congress family, is saddening for the party, but that is a thing of the past, it has happened. All that I wanted to point out to him, take the classical example of the sensitive state of Arunachal Pradesh. You imposed president rule. You made an entire government defect. The then chief minister had to commit suicide. He has written a suicide note.
And
the then the entire party
Randeep
comes back. No, I didn't interject when you were speaking.
Yes, you go, but
Then the entire party comes back to the Congress party, and then you make the entire party defect. And you are saying, no, we will sit in a room. The whole problem is, you are not going to the people and seeking their aspirations. You are manufacturing majorities in the room, Hemanta Da, and that's how democracy is denigrated.
Randeep Bhai, I am not doing something which Congress has not done in last 60 years. So let us not talk about morality.
I don't know, you used to do it, so you would know
anyway,
better.
How many of Haryana's chief minister has occupied that great post, whether by the people majority or by manufacturing majority in room, you know, that's part of history we used to hear or we used to read in the history. But problem is, don't bring something like suicide note of Kalikapul. Because if you read that suicide note, he has blamed entire generation of Congress leaders for his suicide. So let us not bring something which will not be good for you and me. Because if you go through his suicide note, he has not left a single Congress working committee member out of that, whatever you can see suicide note or whatever. So let us not go through it. But yes, Arunachal people has resigned from the Congress party. But when Mr. Kalikapul has resigned, he said that I could not meet Rahul Gandhi in spite of my best effort. So if you are not allowed to go inside temple, will not people come out and go into a different religion? So if you stop Chief Minister of Arunachal from meeting your party president, what he will do? He should continue to be in the Congress party.
So, we will come to your bitter experience with Rahul Gandhi later in the show. You've obviously acquired a master's in the art of defections in the Northeast and now a PhD with the BJP. Master's in the Congress, PhD with the BJP. But let's turn to the other.
Again, I'm just only one word I'll try to say. Rajdeep, you are so senior. Don't say that defection and everything is happening in Northeast. This is not fair. I am just trying it for the image of Northeast. There is no defection, simple people, solid people. And they have
alliance politics.
No, they have exercised their choice.
Okay,
that's all.
Okay, we'll come back to the Northeast in a moment. Let's turn to Bengal. Dr. Dastidar, tell us, you are also, in a sense, from the broad Congress family. Your leader 20 years ago was a Congress leader. Is there now a sense that the BJP is the rising force of the East? Who is your enemy number one? Is it the Congress or is it the BJP? You heard Adir Chaudhary today attacking Mamata Banerjee, the Congress chief of Bengal. I want to know from you in a direct way, who is your enemy number one in 2019? Congress or the BJP?
Too many questions.
Say one question.
No, one by one. One is that Mamata Banerjee was suspended from the Congress party for protesting against the hand-in-glove attitude of the then Congress people with the CPIM, the ruling party here for 34 years, who had destroyed West Bengal. We did not leave the party. She had been suspended. That is one. Secondly, I was listening to you when the previous discussion was going on, so I would like to touch upon just two points.
No, I want you to first answer. No, I won't allow you to first answer this question, then we can...
People who said that we are running a rule of hooliganism. I just want to remind the gentleman, I don't know if he's here, we have pictures of him pillion riding with open AK-47 in his hand. He was sitting here just now. And the other one is that people who have killed, butchered, burnt, maimed, they pick up one picture and try to distract the course of action of this hall, this august audience, which is not right. We had to say this because at that time I lifted my hand, nobody allowed me to talk. Now, as you're talking about this East and West thing,
I want to know who's your enemy number one. Who's your enemy number one? 2019 elections.
The regime which has unleashed a reign of terror and fear, it is not my word, these words of the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who said, has included our country at 36. You know, when there are so many countries, it is at 36. That in India, there is at the moment an atmosphere of fear, apprehension, and they have included, I am ashamed that my country had to be included in that. And what is the fear? A fear that I'm not a Hindu. What is the fear? The fear that I'm wearing a skull cap. The fear that I'm a woman. What is this Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao? In Delhi, you frequently go to the Central Hall. There is a joke going around that Beti Bachao is not save the girl child. It is, you know, be careful of your girl child. Hide her inside the room lest MLA or an MP of a particular party ruling the country now rapes, kills or maims her. So they are our principal enemy, those people who have unleashed terror and fear in the mind of the Indians.
You're saying therefore that the BJP government of Narendra Modi is your principal enemy. They've unleashed a climate of terror and fear. Just a little while ago, Odhir Chaudhary of the Congress, sitting on the very chair you are of the Congress party, said Trinamool Congress has unleashed a reign of fear and terror in Bengal.
I asked the question.
No, I am unable to understand this.
We have pictures of him pillion riding with an open AK-47 in Murshidabad, capturing all the booths. So he cannot talk. He cannot talk about this.
So who's your enemy?
He cannot
Odhir Chaudhary or Narendra Modi?
In West Bengal, they are such a marginalized force. They don't even have 3% votes. I'm sorry. So I cannot fight with a shadow. I have to fight with a proper enemy. So they are just 2%, 3%.
So your proper enemy is the BJP?
Our proper enemy are the people. Previously, in the 34 years, you have said just now that I have been with Honorable CM Mamta Banerjee for a decade or so, you said.
Yes.
I am with her for last 42 years. When I was in class 9, she was in first year because my uncle used to be the Congress president. He was the Pradesh Congress chief of West Bengal. So I am with her for 42 years. She's a person who is pro-people. She does people's work. Her only agenda is to do development and good work for the common man of the... There is no unleashment of terror in this state.
Dr.
Whatever they say,
Dastidar.
I want them to prove it. I'm sitting here, let them prove it. They are killing women. You see, I can hear every time that I'm sitting alone, I can hear the whimpering of the child inside Kausan Baru's womb. They have used swords to slit open her womb to take out the baby. They have burned thousands of people. It's like a Holocaust.
No, 1 minute. Now, you've now made it very clear the BJP is your enemy number one. Dr. Halim, let's understand this. In 2019, who is your enemy number one of the CPIM? Is it Mamta Banerjee or is it Narendra Modi?
You see, Rajdeep, the Northeast is one place where the...
No, let's talk about Bengal.
I'm coming to that. The Northeast is one place where the entire idea of institutions are going to be deconstructed, and they are going to be deconstructed primarily with political parties. People who are going to be part of political parties today, you don't know where they will be tomorrow. So I think the institutions are being deconstructed. That's primary. One has to keep in mind, and that is what we are discussing today. In this context, it's the left that is going to sustain. Because the left is an organization that you will find very few examples of people leaving that party to join any other party. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the Bharatiya Janata Party is going to lead this. And one has to keep in mind, especially in Bengal, in 1998, when Mamta Banerjee left the Congress, the first person she went to was Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And 6 years she was a minister in that government. 2002 she was a minister in that government during Gujarat riots. She sent flowers, she welcomed Narendra Modi's chief ministership. One has to keep that in mind. The second context one has to keep in mind very clearly is that what did Amit Shah say a couple of months ago? He said we are going to focus on only half the seats in West Bengal. Amit Shah is one person who enters a state and says we are going to take over the entire state. He comes to Bengal and say, Mamta, I'm giving you a discount. I'm going to target only 50% of the seats. You know, that's exactly
He
what
said, I'm going to win 22 seats in Bengal.
Absolutely.
I'm asking you
That's a clarion
who is your enemy number one?
I am saying that's a clarion signal
Who
to
is
his
your-
rank and file,
Who is
and
your-
also the people on the other side, that there are doors that are going to be left open. Because Rajdeep, you have to understand, the governance and the formation of government in India, especially in the Northeast, is not a pre-poll issue. It's not an issue of the mandate of the people. Anybody can win, but we are going to form the government. That's the attitude that is sweeping the entire country today. Irrespective, you may vote for a political party, anybody in this hall, but you're not confident whether that political party, that individual who goes representing that political party, actually ends up reflecting your vote. That's the way
Halim,
we have reached here.
who is your enemy number one, Mamata Banerjee or Narendra Modi? Answer me straight.
We are very categorical. If you know our resolution, number one, to save India, we need to throw out Narendra Modi. To save Bengal, we need to throw out Mamata Banerjee. So both of them are on the same side as far as we are
And
concerned.
you dream to form the government in the center and the state also? If you're throwing out
No, the
everybody,
reason
who are you with?
1 minute. The reason I'm asking is the general belief is unless you form some kind of a Mahagadbandhan in Bengal, possibly even in other parts of the Northeast, you have no chance against the BJP. The BJP is the rising force. I want to ask you, are you willing to bury your differences, for example, Dr. Dastidar, with the left, with the Congress, and form a Mahagadbandhan? Or is it Ekla Chalore for Mamta? I will get my 30-35 seats, then I will hope to play a role at the national level. Is that your strategy?
We will get all 42 seats in West Bengal. So, whatever
How do
she's
you know
saying
is the EVM telling you that again?
No,
Are you also going
EVM
by the
is not
EVM?
under our jurisdiction, sorry. The EVM is not with us. It is with the Nirvachan Commission and the central
How do you know
government.
you'll get all 42, ma'am?
Yes,
Come on.
because we are always traveling.
The voters will not reach
work
the
we have
EVM.
done to the people, for
That's
the
what
people.
the Trinamool is
the
confident
work
of
we
in
have done
West
for the
Bengal.
people after 34 years of mayhem, after 34 years of no electricity, no water supply, no roads. The people are enjoying developed life in West Bengal.
Ma'am, we
So
saw in the
we know the
Panchayat
people are going
poll.
to.
We saw in the Panchayat poll
You have
what
seen it
mayhem
in
was
Tripura
done.
also. You have seen Tripura also.
No, that can be no excuse.
No, I'm not saying excuse. This
Was
has
there
happened.
was
They have
there
done it
violence
here.
in Bengal or
It
not
is
during the
It
Panchayat
is
polls?
not our party who did it here. They initiated, they instigated, they have brought in hooligans from nearby states. They have got policemen from nearby states. Those policemen have created mayhem here, not us.
Now you're making a serious...
And
you are claiming that policemen are being brought from neighboring states to Bengal to create mayhem here.
What has happened in Islampur? Why don't you find out what has happened in Islampur? I have my data quite correctly. That is why I'm saying whatever has happened during the Panchayat polls, which we detest, we denounce, was not by our cadres, our party, our people of the state, Bengalis. It was done from other people who are in other states. The neighboring districts have
Okay.
been affected. Whatever, you see, the districts that are close to other states.
I am coming back to this Randeep Surjewala. 4 months ago, there was a lot of talk of a Mahagadbandhan. We saw Mamata Banerjee sharing a stage with Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Mayawati. Now, one by one, all of them are doing their own number. KCR is doing his own number in Telangana. Mayawati is going to do her own number, she says, in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. Mamata seems to want to do her own number, saying, I'm going to win 42 out of 42. Where does this leave the Congress? Where does this leave this Mahagadbandhan that you were supposed to take on the BJP?
Well, Rajdeep, Mahagadbandhan was a concept, and I said even then, and let me reiterate now, that was a concept that was crafted by some friends in the media. And we've always said, and let me say again, the alliances, if they have to be formed, will have to be formed state by state. There are states where Congress is strong. There are states where perhaps we don't even need to enter into an alliance. And there are states where Congress is not so strong, so we will have to play a secondary role. What is the larger purpose, which both my colleagues here were pointing out to you? The larger purpose is the country and its people are under attack today by a person and a party who are ruling the nation. This must be the first case of its kind, when people of the country are under attack by their own government and by their own prime minister. See the way economy is in doldrums. See the way rupee is sliding every day. See the way even today as we speak here, Election Commission just now announced a press conference at 12:30 for announcing election to the 5 states. Mr. Modi had to do a rally at 1 o'clock in Ajmer. Election Commission suddenly postpones its press conferences and permits the Prime Minister to do the rally and postpones its press conference to 3 o'clock. This is what is happening to the independent institutions of this country.
1 minute. If you are feeling so strongly, all three of you, fear, terror, institutions being captured, come together.
No, it's
you tie up with the left one day, next day you are with Trinamool, then Trinamool abuses the left.
Rajdeep,
If you think, if Modi is the big evil ogre out there for you, come together. You can't come together also, and yet you want the country to believe that Narendra Modi is the only one you want to target.
Coming together of the opposition will be underlined by the concrete realities. In Kerala, the left is fighting the Congress. So, these concrete realities, but don't be disheartened. On the question of Modi, we will override because the people are fed up with him. They are fed up with his machinations.
You are going to divide your votes.
But
you are going to split the vote in Bengal, please tell me. Left, Congress and Trinamool, will you fight each other or not? Yes or no? Yes or no?
The secular forces, based on a concrete understanding of how to dislodge the government at the center, will definitely evolve.
Is Mamta a secular force? Is Mamta a secular force for you?
We do not consider Mamta Banerjee as somebody who is concretely going to fight Narendra Modi all out. Let's be very clear, and that experience is based on the way the Trinamool...
Let me answer that since you asked me the...
Actually, who will sweep
Let me defend the left. Let me defend the left.
Who has spoken in the last few elections?
The entire Trinamool Congress, lock, stock and barrel went off to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's be very clear. We lost only 1.5 to 1.7% of the vote. BJP's entire growth in Tripura was because of the Trinamool Congress. Lock, stock and barrel, they went to the BJP. So these vacillating forces are there and they will definitely reflect themselves. It doesn't...
Point taken. And therefore, the contradictions are coming out. You said the Mahagathbandhan has been manufactured by the media. I have heard Congress leaders also coming together saying we are going to come together as one large alliance against Mr. Modi. Now you are saying it's a manufactured reality. Randeep Surjewala, are there basic contradictions, particularly in this part of the country? Look at in Odisha, Naveen Patnaik. He is playing it safe. He is not part of any Gathbandhan or anything. He is in fact playing both sides. In the election to the deputy speaker of the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha, he went along with Narendra Modi. So I just want to know, is it only for these TV shows that you all say, no, Mr. Modi, we are going to take him on? At the end of the day, the harsh reality is you are all fighting for space. Adir Chaudhary wants to run North Bengal. The left wants to recapture its hold. Mamta wants all 42 seats. That's the reality. And you can't live with that.
Well, the simple thing that one needs to understand is this. Firstly, there will always be competing claims in the states for political space. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. If Trinamool Congress or the CPM or the Congress Party or the Samajwadi Party or a Bahujan Samaj Party wants their political space, that's the reality of life. Number two, to say that this is such an inherent contradiction that the entire country or in the entire force of opposition will crumble under it, with due regards, is perhaps wrong. The reason is very simple. There is no Mr. Modi fear in any of these three parties or anyone else. All that I was pointing out to you, and let me reiterate for a second. We have today a government at war with its own people. When a government is at war with its own people, does the responsibility lie upon different political parties while protecting their political space to come together on an ideological platform to walk hand in hand to protect the ethos of this country? I'm sure sometimes it will happen pre-poll, sometimes it will happen post-poll. So there is no contradiction in terms here.
While you all have been fighting amongst yourselves in a way, he's been smiling. And the reason he's smiling is he sees these contradictions, possibly. Hemanta Biswa
Because the EVM is with him. He's smiling because of the EVM.
I mean,
He's smiling because he knows about the EVM.
When C gets 42, there is no EVM. When I get 25 of 19, non-25 of 25, I am still below. She says 42 out of 42. I just said 25 out of 19.
You said 19 out of
So
25.
EVM is which side you can calculate. In Bengal, you know who control EVM. That's a different story. But just I want to add one thing. That the way Randeep Bhai is saying, Modi is at war with the own people, then Modi should not have even 10 people in front of him. Now, whenever Modi goes, lakhs of people greets him. Now, he said the same people, Modi is war with him. When Modi goes, Modi talks, people give him the kind of reception. I have not seen that in any of the Congress leadership in last 20-25 years in the when I was in the Congress party.
So will you make even the elections in the eastern part of the country, just a minute, about Modi versus Rahul? At one level, since you have had a rather checkered past with Rahul Gandhi, it was because of Rahul Gandhi allegedly that you left the party. I want to understand from you, do you believe in the northeast, in Bengal, in Odisha, you will make this presidential? Forget about Mamta, forget state leaders, Modi versus Rahul.
I'll tell one thing about East, which might be relevant once you sit down post-election result. This time, East will come up with a very surprise result. And maybe East development will start with this election, because East is going to have a huge control in the next government in Delhi. And why I am saying so? Because I know that in Bengal, Orissa, Bihar, Northeast, you will see surprising result.
Will you fight on local factors, or will you make it presidential Modi versus Rahul?
No, I think we'll see development work done by Prime Minister. Just I want to finish this thing with Tripura, because you are all along saying, analyzing Tripura Panchayat poll. Tripura, there was no Panchayat poll in Tripura. It was just a by-poll. People he is there.
The chief minister is there. He will be accused in a little while of rigging the polls.
No, I think chief minister
of fixing the polls.
I think CM should not be bothered about this small thing. What I am trying to say, in Bengal there is a Panchayat poll. Tripura, there were Panchayat by-poll. CPM leaders resigned from the party, and there were by-election for certain seats. So don't compare. And in by-election situation, when there is a 6-month-old government, obviously in Assam also we produced 100 out of 100 results. So there was no
unleashing
surprise.
of violence against our cadres.
No, where is the violence?
There has been murders conducted on a weekly basis. Our newspaper has been given a notice to shut down. So it's an absolutely undemocratic environment in Tripura. So given that situation, our panchayat members, not from the party, our panchayat members had to resign. They were coerced into
5,000 people resigned other day.
Yes, sir.
5,000 people resigned other day.
It's very interesting.
The degree of violence that the BJP is indulging in is to such a high degree that the people who are elected are not being allowed to function as panchayat members.
You know, the greatness of India, just a minute, Dr.
The
Halim.
proof of the pudding is that when the by-elections are held, the situation is such that nobody can file a nomination also.
Okay, 1 minute. The greatness of Indian democracy is you're all attacking the Tripura government and saying it's undemocratic, even as the Tripura chief minister is sitting there and smiling. You know, it is the greatness of Indian democracy that you can all speak about this in such an open and transparent manner. But let me come to the central.
We are also losing lives.
I only have 2 minutes.
It is not a question of smiles.
Okay.
Our cadres are losing their lives in Bengal and in Tripura on a weekly basis.
Okay. When you were in government, these accusations would be made against you. But we have just 2 minutes, and I'm therefore going to go to 30 seconds to each of you. 2019. Tell me, what kind of government will India have? Dr. Halim, what is your ideal case government for 2019 at the center?
It will definitely be a coalition against the present regime and will be led by the voices of the people who are suffering.
Who will be the Prime Minister?
Prime Minister is immaterial. I think so. It will be a government of the people, and the Prime Minister's post, the cabinet, will be decided by the election results. The people of India will decide that.
Okay, it won't be back to 1996 where the left lost its one and only historic opportunity when you didn't make Jyoti Basu, right? It won't be anyone from the east.
We do not know.
It could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
Okay. Dr. Dastidar, what kind of government will India have in 2019, and who will be the Prime Minister?
We would be relieved to have a secular democratic government in 2019, because now it is undemocratic. This is a communal government, this is a repressive government.
Who will be
it's
the Prime Minister?
Regressive government. Time will tell. The people...
Is
will be
Mamta Di a candidate for Prime Ministership?
You see, the people of this country will decide, vote, and after the vote we will decide who's the best, and that best person
Do you think Mamta Banerjee is fit to be Prime Minister?
Mamta Banerjee is the best politician in the country today, where she is guiding the people of the country, but we will not commit to that because we leave it to the people of the country. The people will elect and the people will select, and they, after the election, we will decide.
Randeep Surjewala, what kind of government in 2019, who will be the Prime Minister?
Well, 2019 government can be described in 3 words. It'll be a government that listens, it'll be a government that feels the pain, and it'll be a government that delivers.
Who will be the Prime Minister?
Definitely will not be a government that lies through its teeth, throughout the day, and that is the only vision for the government.
Who will be the Prime Minister?
Well, as my colleagues have said, and as even Congress President said yesterday, the numbers and the people will decide as to who will lead. But it will be a people's government, I can assure you. It will not be a government at war with the people.
When I entered this hall, I thought and I have a thinking that BJP will get around 350. But looking at all my 3 distinguished panelists, I think that Modi might score 400 also.
I dare you to cross 170.
That's the arrogance that people have decimated time and again, and I assure you, this arrogance will be decimated once again.
Everyone can have an assessment after looking at after hearing my distinguished 3 colleagues. I should not say this conclusion can be arrived by everyone in this hall.
I am amazed by the confidence with which political parties predict numbers. Either you know something that none of us know, either you control the EVMs, as I don't think you do.
You have to travel.
Well,
or you travel.
At this time, the BJP needs this posturing because their policy delivery has been so poverty-stricken that they need to show some bravado before 2019.
Okay, let's leave it there. Clearly, as I said at the outset, I think that 2019, if I may be allowed to make a prediction, will require the East to play a major role in government formation in a manner that perhaps has never happened in this country since 1947, with the possible exception of that 1996 United Front government. But thank you all very much for joining us. 4 voices from 4 different parties. Give them a very big hand, ladies and gentlemen.